I hope this sounds okay. This is right now as we speak. It's at about 12:20, 24, something like that. Monday morning, about to go on at 1 from 1 to 5 on WABC, the flagship, the monster, what's the word? The heritage flamethrower, okay? That's really what this is. That's what it was always known as, still is, in any event. And I hope that we are here to discuss a variety of topics. My first interest is to, who is that? Oh, there's Brett. How are you, Brett? My first interest is, of course, not to talk about anything that's in the, look at this, in China. Beijing Yankee, 12:25. Look at that. Come on, folks, get in here. Everybody circle round, circle round. Got to look at what the big story is today. Got to see what the big story is. And I guarantee you what the big story is going to be. Nothing in the headlines. Headlines are a way of telling me not interested in the headlines. Sorry, I know this is difficult for people, and they're thinking, oh, this is counterintuitive. Counterintuitive. There's nothing in the headlines that's of any interest. This is what everybody's talking about. It's what somebody somewhere says, this is worthy of whatever. You got to be kidding me. You've got to be kidding me. Look at this. Right now it's 9:26 p.m. in Los Angeles, 10:26 p.m. in Denver, 11:27 in Chicago. And I say hello to everybody.
Intelligence.
Oh, shut up. Any event. Let me see. Let me turn off. I got to turn off my settings and turn off this and turn off that. And oh my God. I have to turn off all the Wi-Fis, all of them, because for some reason the Wi-Fi doesn't work. So I go straight to 5G and I'm doing great. So this is my, I am surrounded by Wi-Fi, but nothing that I can use. I had a guy this morning from it was a driver. Like I said, I've been using this Lyft a lot. I don't know if you have Lyft where you are, but I like it. It's cheaper. It's the same. And his name, I don't want to mention his name, but he spoke no English, which is fine. Drive one of these Teslas. I'm in these Teslas a lot. You know, I kind of like them. I never thought I'd say that. I kind of like them. I ask whether people are finding them to be reliable. I've been hearing some stuff about, I don't know if any of you have any. Somebody says, Sean, you're a lawyer. I savagely make fun of Laura Loomer. Can she have me arrested? I don't know who has a bigger mouth, her or me. Arrested? Have you arrested for making fun of her? I don't think she should. Not if that's the reason. Threatening, is another story. I don't think you're going to be threatening. No, but last time I checked, humor, I think, was still protected. The last time I checked. In any event, hope everybody had a great, solid weekend. Mrs. L and I had a beauteous weekend. It was tremendous. And I'm ready to start today. Ready to start another week of radio excellence, my friends. Another weekend of complete and total radio excellence. That's what I'm going to be doing. So anyway, by the way, this is interesting. This Lyft, which is a counter. How do I say this? If you go to Uber and it's like $25, it's like $5 less, maybe sometimes even more on Lyft, Lyft. But if you do a thing called wait and save, you knock a couple bucks more off. And it's fantastic. So you wait, and by the cars are always there at the same time. So I get a discount for doing Lyft plus an additional one. There you go. Anyway, what's the big story today? What's the big story? Okay. Now I go just to get a feel for this. I look always at New York Post for whatever it's worth. And New York Post gives me this story, this nonsense about, let's see what it is. New York Post. Here we go. Bedlam in Boulder. Madman launches targeted terror attack with Molotov cocktails, flamethrower, setting at least one victim ablaze while shouting, "Free Palestine," at Israeli hostages event in Colorado. What am I supposed to do with that one? That's horrible. What am I supposed to do? Not interested. It's too obvious. It's too obvious. One nut. Right. So what? What am I supposed to do? What do I do? Is this to besmirch the entire pro-Palestinian? I don't know. Jill Biden's work husband may have played a key role in covering up Joe's cognitive decline. Stop doing this. Why are we... Anthony Bernal. You know that Jill, nothing is going to happen. But here is the issue which I have, which is the most important. This is the point. Rubio doubles down on Trump's call for peace after Ukraine wipes out Russia's doomsday nuclear bombers. No, they didn't. Marco Rubio, Our foreign policy is insane. 100% lunatic. This is where I say, I don't know what they're playing bad cop or. But that's not the issue. You know what I want to talk about? Listen to this. You ready for this? Let me give you the issue. This is the issue which is the most important. Okay, you ready for this? I'll tell you what. It's this. I did this last night, and the other day I saw something. It was a reference to Donald Trump saying, in essence, that he believes that Joe Biden may have died in 2020 or something along those lines. Something along those lines. And I don't know how he phrased it. I don't know how he came, but he basically said. By the way, I hope this is sounding okay. I'm trying not to have it rub against zippers and things, but I think ultimately it sounds better. So, to make a long story short, the question is, Joe Biden may have been dead, right? Thank you, Susie Q. Susie Q. I'll tell you what, you're always there, doll. You're always there, my friend. Okay, so here's the story. And let me see, I did this last night. And I think, did I hear correctly? Somebody told me that Roger Stone had on Alex Jones on WABC. Did I hear this correct? Did I hear this correctly? WABC. Let me see. I think Roger Stone had. Yep. Guess Alex Jones. Yep. 3-5. Here. Bravo. Alex Jones is still, in my opinion, the only show I had ever listened to in its entirety, ever. Because, I'm going to say something, I hate talk radio. The way it was always done. It was always the same thing. It was always a Rush wannabe stuff. So anyway, just want to tell you, Alex Jones, God bless Roger Stone. God bless him. Unbelievable. Good for you. I hope this is a redemption. I hope this is a reawakening. And I hope this is and God bless WABC for doing this. God bless them. Alex Jones is a different person. I don't know whether Alex was drinking too much with all the pressure. I don't know. I don't know anything about his. I used to be on his show quite a bit, and then it went berserk. And basically, anybody who was on his show at the time would be absolutely clobbered on YouTube or whatever. You're dead. He was so radioactive that you had to be crazy. And I think things have toned down. I hope to God. I still think, and I will say, he is and was the best. There has been, in my book, singular, I don't listen. The talk radio that I want to do, nobody does it. Nobody does it. So anyway, so let's go back. Let me look at this. This is important. I wanted to read this to you. There's some great stuff. Bertrand Russell on God. Why I'm not a Christian. You want to read this. It's very, very interesting. Anyway, here is the story which is the most important. In recent years, online conspiracy theories, I hate this word. This is why I hate anybody who uses the word conspiracy theory. I hate this. But in recent years, online conspiracy theories have emerged suggesting that President Joe Biden has been replaced by an imposter, whether a clone, a body double, or a person wearing a hyper-realistic mask. These claims often cite subtle changes in Biden's appearance, voice, or behavior as evidence, quote unquote, despite the lack of a factual support. Do you believe he had a body double? I'm asking you flat out, do you believe that? Do you believe that the Joe Biden who was walking around seemingly out of his tree, kind of looking a little different, sometimes taller, sometimes shorter, do you believe that this was a body double? On June the 1st, this, quote, fringe theory received mainstream media attention when former President Donald Trump shared a post on Truth Social that alleged that Biden had been executed in 2020 and replaced by soulless, mindless clones. The post originated from an obscure user and contained no verifiable evidence, but Trump's repost reignited the theory and brought it back into national headlines. And they cite the New York Post. Trump shared a wild conspiracy theory. Wild conspiracy theory. There is no Joe Biden. Biden clones and robotic engineered, soulless, mindless entities. Okay. Now, let me go back to this again. This is what's critical. Let me bring this to your attention. Let me bring this to your attention. See what you think about this, all right? It's up here. Here we go. Viral videos have fueled speculation, including one, you may have seen this one. There's one particular video that shows Biden scratching his neck, which some interpreted as revealing a mask. You could see levels of the skin kind of fold or bend oddly. And let me see. Others, including a mask. However, multiple outlets, including Newsweek and PolitiFact, debunked these claims. They actually write this. They actually wrote that Newsweek debunked this. Okay. Experts caution that such baseless theories erode trust. Blah, 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 blah. Okay. Now, I'm going to ask you a question. Is this even possible? Is this possible? The answer is, you damn right it's possible. Of course it's possible. Why do I ask that? The first question you ask is something even remotely possible? Is something even remotely possible? Is something even possible? If it's not possible, what are we going to talk about? If somebody claims, Elvis is alive. Could Elvis be alive? It's possible. Probable is a different story. So the first question is it even possible? Is it possible that the moon landing, was faked? Absolutely. Of course it's possible. Is it possible that nobody else said anything? Yes. Most absolutely. Is it possible? Yes. Is it possible that 9/11, that the story that you heard about 9/11 was absolutely false, that it was some kind of a weird detonation or demolition or controlled demolition or something from an outside force that had nothing to do with the official narrative? Yes. Of course it is. Is it possible that the JFK assassination was a conspiracy? Not only possible, the question is it possible that it wasn't? So the first question you ask is it even possible? Is it even remotely possible? Then the next question you say is, okay, what's the evidence? So the question is it possible that there was a devil? Yes. How probable? I don't know. And don't talk about, Ryan says most anything is possible. Probability, who knows? Thank you, Ryan. Interesting point. Interesting question. There was something which is important. Marshall McLuhan says, for example, that little lies are hard to keep secret. Little lies are hard to keep secret. And the reason why little lies are hard to keep secret is one thing. But big lies are easy to keep secret because of your incredulity. You can't believe this. There are folks on various platforms all over the place who believe that the rendition and the facts of October the 7th is completely different than what the official narrative is here. Not only do they believe that it was either a lie hop or my hop, let it happen on purpose or make it happen on purpose, they also believe that many of the claims involving the terrible atrocities involving Israelis and beheadings, whatever, was all debunked and not true. Okay. Whether you believe that or is true, the question is that even possible? The answer is, of course it's possible. Of course it's possible. But they say, but it's so great. Are you denying atrocities? There are people who say, yeah. There are people who say, yeah, absolutely. How can you say, just like with 9/11, how can you say that 9/11 was an inside job, that 9/11 was brought down by, you see what they're doing? So what they do is they say something to you and they say, it's impossible. That goes back to what Marshall McLuhan said. Your incredulity outweighs it. Your incredulity is saying, there's no way this could happen, because for me to believe this is such, you mean all these people looked wrong? Yes, the bigger it is, the easier it is to lie. Now, let me explain something to you right now. I only speak in terms of what I know. But I will tell you what people are suggesting. There's a huge row going on, as you know, regarding the Middle East, Israel, Gaza. Unbelievable. If you read the New York Post, watch Fox News, listen to regular American, you would think there is no debate whatsoever. None. You would think that everybody admits that this is October the 7th was all Hamas and whatever. Again, I'm not getting into that because it's not my subject. It is a dead end, as far as I'm concerned, a complete dead end. But what I'm saying to you is people will say, that can't be, not because I've done any independent investigation, not because there has been evidence adduced or I've seen it or whatever. They're just saying it can't be. There's no way it can be. Could we have not walked on the moon? Is it even possible? Is it even remotely possible? Is it even possible? Could it even remotely? The moon, is that even possible? Yes, of course it's possible. And according to some people, the amount of people and the amount of folks who have given evidence or shown evidence of it would absolutely astound you. Astound you. You can't believe how much evidence is out there. You can't believe what people are saying because you've never heard this. You've always heard the official story. And because it is so huge, as McLuhan says, because of your incredulity, you don't even want to hear this. For years, people said the Vietnam War they said the Gulf of Tonkin. That's ridiculous. The Gulf of Tonkin wasn't a false flag. It was the reason why the reason why 58,000 Americans died in Vietnam. And if you were to suggest that this was some kind of a contrived storyline, that means that all of those people died in vain. And I don't want to hear this. That's exactly what they heard. That's exactly what they thought. Turns out it was true. The NSA reported it was a false flag. John Jolane says CIA MSM is every bit as much of a mockingbird as the target audience that repeats it. Absolutely. And what you have is people today who are themselves, cut up chatter, says Lionel, I am thankful you're here. There is so much to be aware of. My daughter said, I already know all the time, but we don't know enough to see what is real. I already know all the time, but we don't know enough to see what is real or the psychosis of another. Absolutely true. Absolutely true. This is about perception. This is about perception. And everything, whether it's things you see on the internet, 5 foods this cardiologist says you should never eat, 5 foods that will cause instantaneous death, 5, what are you talking about? Is that possible? I guess it's possible. How do you weigh the evidence? How do you adduce this? How do you say, well, that's important? This fellow, this lunatic who shot up a bunch of people, this pro-Palestinian, you know what this is. You know what this is. This is to show that the pro-Palestinian movement is insane. Is insane. That anybody who thinks this is that's the way that will be interpreted. And again, this is I don't even get near it. This is one of those ones. Forget it. Forget it. You want to talk about that? Go ahead. I'm not an expert enough in it, and I don't even want to. I don't. Because you would not believe what is hearing. And as far as Ukraine, forget it. Forget it. Forget it. I can't believe how Blumenthal, Lindsey Graham, all these people, I can't believe it. By the way, I got to up those likes, my friend. Up those likes. I need 300 likes. I need 300 likes, ladies and gentlemen. And for you to say anything that even is mildly not, how do I say this? It's not deferential towards Israel or, not Israel, Russia. You're not pro-Putin. You're looking at the facts of the case. You're saying what you believe happened isn't what happened. He told you specifically. He told you. You're not going to have Ukraine as a NATO state. And already the narrative, people say, Putin wants to go in and take over Crimea. He wants the 4 oblasts. Love you, Uncle Lenny. Thank you, rascal. He wants the 4 oblasts plus Crimea. That's it. Which is where Russia has had a naval presence for what? Since, let me see, I think 17... how long has Russia had a naval presence in Crimea? ChatGPT. the best. Listen to this one. It says, Russia has had a naval presence in Crimea since 1783, when the Russian Empire annexed the Crimean Peninsula from the Ottoman Empire. That year, Catherine the Great established the Black Sea Fleet, headquartered in Sevastopol. And you think they're going to give up Crimea? You think he's getting what since 1783? Do you understand what's going on? No, because you've got these idiots out there who claim to be conservative warmongers, and they have no idea what they're talking about. That's why I don't fit in. That's why I don't even want. You don't even want to hear it, because what they do is, I live in a world of headlines, and headlines are always wrong. Not what happened, but the take. Mockingbird Media is alive and well, my friends. It is alive and well. Don't think a Mockingbird goes either way. Not only does it promote particular war efforts when it has to, but it also degrades and libels good people. All right, dear friends, thank you so much to my wonderful friends who have contributed to super chats and the like. Please like this video. I need 300. I need you to like this. Like it. And also go right now to 77 WABC. I think it's WABCradio.com. Go to my what am I trying to say? Go to my Twitter, or whatever it's called, X, and it is WABCradio.com. You can get the app, or go to 77 WABC Radio. Go right now and follow me, because I'm going to blow these people away. They have never heard this before. Talk radio never hears this. Never hears this. Talk radio, if it's ever going to rise, if it's ever going to make its way, it has to completely remove the vestiges, the fog, the moss, the usual subjects from the usual suspects, okay? All right, my friends. Thank you, dear friends. Have a great and a glorious day. Don't ever change. Until then, remember, the monkey's dead. The show's over. Sue ya.